Hi, this is Ted from the Purbane channel. Today I'm going to make round steak, smothered, and onions. I need some steak, some flour. I got a little cayenne seasoning, which I'll just mix right in the flour. Some onions, plenty of onions. And I'll probably use just maybe one green pepper. What I'm going to do is cut the steak up into like maybe 4-inch by 4-inch pieces. Bread it in the flour. Then I'm going to cook it in an electric skillet. That way you don't have to heat up the place. You can cook it on the gas stove if you want, but I'm going to cook it in an electric skillet because I have an electric skillet and it's 105 degrees. Right, I'm going to cut it up. I had a cutting board here, but I don't know what happened to it. But this is working out fine. I'll just cut it like so.
Go ahead.
Now I got my steaks all cut up. I'm going to cut up my onions. And you don't have to cut these small, you just cut them in long slices. Like that. These will cook down. And you don't have to go through a lot of... when you just kind of break them up like that. Okay, I'm going to slice up some green peppers. And we planted some green peppers this year in the garden. That's probably doing the best out of everything. And actually the tomatoes are doing pretty good too. I'm just going to take the top off. Rinse it out real quick. Trim some of them stuff out of there. Just slice them in long pieces like that. I'm going to use 2 green peppers because they're kind of small. I got about 6 onions that are small to medium size. You can use more or less whatever you want.
Go ahead.
Okay, I got the peppers and onions done. Salting both sides of the round steak. I already salted the other side. I'm going to take some of this Cajun seasoning. I usually use cayenne pepper. And I'm going to just sprinkle it in the flour here. But you can use either or. Cayenne pepper or Cajun seasoning. Just kind of mix it up in there. And my electric skillet.
Go.
Okay, my electric skillet, I'm going to add a little more oil to it. It's getting hot. I got it on 275. You want a medium high heat, but a good medium heat going on it. Sometimes I got to play with this. Okay, now I'm going to take the steaks and I'll dip them in the flour. Both sides. Shake off any excess. And my vegetable oil should be hot by now. Yep, it's sizzling. And I'm going to do this to all of them and place them in there and cook them probably about 4 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes on each side till they're brown. Alright, it's been about 3-4 minutes now. Starting to get a little brown on the other side. The blood's coming up on this side, so I'm going to go ahead and turn them. Turn them all over, and I'll cook another 3 or 4 minutes. Then we'll start adding the onions and the green pepper. It's been about another 5 minutes, and you can see that they're getting brown on both sides. It took about 10 minutes altogether. Now what you want to do is take the green pepper and onions, just throw it right in there, kind of mix it in so they cook for a few minutes until they start getting well tilted, I guess, or withery or whatever. What I like to do here too also is add a little more salt. Maybe a little more of the cayenne or the Cajun seasoning that I have here. And just kind of stir this around and let it cook down. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. The onions and the green peppers are starting to cook down pretty good now. So what we're going to do is make sure this isn't sticking, especially on a gas stove or electric stove. Just kind of take a spatula every once in a while while you're cooking to make sure it's not sticking on the bottom, or else it might burn. And what you want to do is add a pretty good sized cup of water to this. You probably have to add more as you're cooking, you know, once or twice more you might have to add it. And just kind of stir it up in here. What this will do is make a nice gravy, and it'll thicken up nice by the time it's done. And then we like to have it over noodles or rice, but I prefer noodles myself. So all I'll do is I'll let this simmer. I'll turn it down just a little bit to maybe a medium heat from a medium high. Keep an eye on it, kind of stir it in real good. And I'll put a lid on it. And every few minutes or so I'll come back and I'll check it. And this probably takes about a half hour right here. You want these steaks nice and tender, so you only got to cut them with a fork. You don't even have to use a knife. You go ahead and cover them up and check them every 5 minutes or so. Stir them up, make sure they're not sticking on the bottom. Might have to add some more water to it as you go. And usually towards the end what I'll do is I'll taste this gravy here, and if it tastes watery I might add just a little beef broth in with it for, you know, or whatever it tastes like. Okay, we got some water about ready. We got about 10 minutes. It's been cooking for about 20-25 minutes. I turned it down a little bit to about a low medium heat, down to about 2 1/4 or so. You see everything's cooking nice. I probably have to add a little bit more water to it. I did have to add 1 cup. I did add a little cayenne pepper to it because I want a little zip to it. That's going to be done probably about another 10-15 minutes, so we want to start boiling some egg noodles. Egg noodles or bow tie noodles or rice, whatever you want to serve it over. I'll put a few handfuls of this in here.
Those are nice homemade noodles, right?
Yeah, these are homemade noodles. Debbie made them homemade, I think. Alright, there we go.
Go ahead.
I'm adding just a little beef broth to this, give it a little more of a beefy flavor because it's tasting kind of watery. Just about a teaspoon. We'll probably have to add a little bit more water too. Alright, what we're going to do is drain our noodles. Let them get drained really nice.
You need to be making some stuff.
Alright, drain our noodles. Go ahead, put them in a dish. And then Now, put this right on top of here. Like that. Take some of this stuff here. Some of this juice and pour it right on top of the noodles.
Who'd you learn this off of?
I got it out of a cookbook.
Okay.
Alright, there you go.